This lesson is about writing the source code of a Java servlet. To do that, I'm going to show you a very simple servlet. All it does is create a simple web page that is blank except for one word, howdy, at the top center of the page. This simple servlet is made of one class, and that class contains just one method. Now these are the standard imports, the standard ones for a servlet. The Java I/O package is necessary, so calls can be made to output the HTML text. The other two packages, Servlet and Servlet HTTP, are for special class definitions used with all servlets. If your servlet does other things, you will wind up with other import statements, but these three are always present. In this example, the servlet is named Howdy Servlet, and like all servlet, it extends the HTTP servlet class. This is an abstract class. Its only reason for existence is to be extended this way in the creation of a servlet to be installed in a web browser. The class contains one method for each of the types of HTML requests. The most common type of request coming from a web browser is a GET request. This is the most common type because it's the one that's sent by a web browser when the user clicks on a link. It's a request from the web browser for a complete HTML page. In your servlet, the method you write to receive and respond to a GET request is named doGet. I'll show you an example of that here in just a minute. A URL coming in from a web browser can also contain data to be posted. This is the POST request. This is also a request for a web page, but it contains data that can be used to construct the page. The method to be overridden to do this is named doPost. A request can come in to place a file on the server. A put command is similar to an FTP upload. It can send an entire file. The name of the method to override and handle this is named doPut inside the servlet. A file can be deleted. The delete command will cause a call to be made to the doDelete method of your servlet. There are some others, but these are the main ones. There are some other methods inherited here and some other considerations to be made, and I'll be getting to those as we go along. You should always be aware that a servlet is normally run in a multitasking environment, and it can be called by several threads at once, so thread safety is a must to be maintained. But this is such a simple servlet that none of this is really a great concern. This servlet only contains the one method. The doGet method is overridden, so this servlet will respond to GET requests by returning a web page. The GET method, like the other methods that receive incoming requests, has two arguments and throws a couple of exceptions. The first argument is the HTTP servlet request object, and it contains all the incoming information. The second argument is an HTTP servlet response object, and it contains everything you need to respond to the request. An I/O exception can be thrown because the method is going to try to write to the response stream. And a servlet exception can be thrown if the servlet encounters any one of a number of possible difficulties. It always contains a description of the problem, whatever it is. This method returns a printWriter object. The purpose of this servlet is to construct the HTML of a web page, and that's done by writing each line of the HTML code to the stream already opened by this printWriter. You don't have to open it or close it. It's already there and waiting for you. As you'll see, there are other methods of writing things to the responding page, but this is what you use to write your HTML tags. Here is another way to write output. This method call adds information to the header that's included with the responding page. The layout, that is the order of things in the page, is standard and is handled automatically, so all you need to do is call this method to let it know what is to be included. There are other methods that work like this, and we'll be getting to those later. The printLine method is called to output each line of HTML code. Remember, it's already open. You don't have to close it. Just write the text you need and it will go out as the returned page. Okay, That's a simple servlet. The next thing to do is to compile it. Now, it's necessary to use the class path setting to tell the compiler where to find the classes that are required. You can do that by setting the class path environment variable, or you can specify it in the command line of the compiler. I like to use the command line so I don't mess up my environment for other things, but it's kind of a mouthful to type in every time, so I put it inside a script. This script will compile every Java servlet file in the current directory and specify that the j2ee jar file is to be used as the library for the classes. So this servlet is compiled like this. There is now a servlet class file ready to be deployed.